What's going on? All right. Now, let me tell y'all something. I tried to do this video 2 or 3 times the other day. The very next day, which I think was Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. And I, my damn video my sound kept going out, but then I wasn't sure at what point my sound went out. So I'll be like, oh, forget it. And I just take the whole thing down. But today we're gonna make sure this damn sound don't go out and we get through this. So if you saw my last video, it was about Mr. Prada, the TikTok star who was, or influencer rather, who um, was wanted for for being suspected of killing his therapist. Lord, can I talk today? Shit. Um. All right. So I want to clear something up before I get into the story. I mentioned in the first part, maybe I should put on the title part one, part two, but I mentioned in the first part that it was being mentioned, it was being suspected, it was being insinuated, all that kind of stuff, that his therapist had assaulted him back in 2015 because he was assaulted in 2015. The Was it 2015? No, it was 11 years ago. It was 11 years ago. 12, 13, something like that. Back then, shit. And he was assaulted the same year that this supposed therapist had assaulted someone, and the ages matched and the years matched. So people were insinuating that his therapist was the one who did it, basically. But I want to clear that up. The attorney, or the former attorney, um, for Mr. Abraham, who is the William Abraham, is the therapist. His former attorney came out and said that let me read. It says a 20-year-old arrested in Dr. Nick Abraham's case is not the same person who accused the doctor of SA in 2015, Abraham's former attorney said on Wednesday. So I just wanted to clear that up. I wanted to make sure that because I mentioned it in my first video, I come and clear it up because I'm not over here trying to lie on nobody. That's just not it's not what we're doing over here. Um so Abraham, he was a 69-year-old Baton Rouge mental health therapist, a former priest, and again, he was found beaten to death on the side of a road wrapped in a tarp on Sunday. The Baton Rouge Police Department issued a warrant for the arrest of Terrion Ishmael Thomas, aka Mr. Prada, who was a popular TikTok contributor known as Mr. Prada. Oh, I guess I said that. I added that in already. On charges related to him allegedly crashing Abraham's stolen vehicle and fleeing on foot Monday afternoon. Mr. Prada was apprehended by police in Dallas, Texas, late Tuesday. So, um, as of Wednesday, he was being held with no bail. He is being held on second degree homicide. Um, it's a very sad situation. If you see my thumbnail, I believe that is his oh goodness, his what's called when they take your picture when you're arrested, that's his picture. I don't know why all the work. See, when I was here the other day on Wednesday and I came to do this, everything was just flowing and good. But then y'all couldn't hear shit. And now that y'all can hear me, it's all a mess. Mugshot. So that's apparently his mugshot on the thumbnail of this video. Um, so originally he was Tyrion, aka Mr. Prada, had been wanted on charges of aggravated criminal damage to property, resisting an officer, and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle following the death of Dr. Nick. That was filed in the affidavit. Since today, when I went to do an update, it says that he has been charged with second degree homicide. It's very unfortunate. If you watch my first video, you could literally see the decline of this young man. And I had a discussion with a young man the other day about our black men, especially young men, being okay with mental health and getting the help that they need and that kind of thing. And unfortunately, I just think that Mr. Prada just didn't get the help. Maybe he got the went to see a therapist, but maybe he wasn't being medicated properly. I don't know what the situation was. He did come on video and admit that he was bipolar. And I just think that mental health is, of course, it's important for everybody, but it's especially important for our young black men. Yeah. So just to again tell you guys what happened. Dr. Nick's body was discovered on Sunday along a Highway 51 between the unincorporated community of Fluker and the village of Tagapoa on the state's southern border. The Tagapoa Parish Sheriff's Office reported the body was found partially hidden along the road about 60 miles northeast of Baton Rouge, where detectives said the victim worked. So, if you remember the other day when I brought this story, I said at first they were wondering if he knew somebody in the quote unquote area. That's because he was 60 miles away from where he lived and worked. Um, it's a very sad situation. I can't even stress that enough. The local coroner determined that Dr. Nick died as a result of blunt force trauma and ruled his death a homicide, and which is what led them to Mr. Prada and him going on the run and all of that. I haven't been able to determine whether so he was found on Sunday, September 29th. I wasn't able to determine whether they had a scheduled appointment, whether they're I don't quite know at what point they saw each other for all of this to happen, if that makes sense. Whew, yeah, it's just a lot. Hey, Peach. Peaches. Um, what else did I want to say? Okay, so I'm looking at a different article that said well, actually, it's the same damn article. These people be tripping. At one point, they said 60 miles away, but now I'm reading that it's 140 miles away. Oh, no, no, no. I take that back. So that's where Mr. Prada is originally from. He's from Newelton, a northern Tensassis parish in the northeastern part of the state. Child, them Baton Rouge, them Louisiana names be killing me. But I shouldn't even say that because people be like, the Wisconsin city names are the worst to try to pronounce. But I don't know, it looks like I have that problem for other states. I kind of wanted to read to you a little bit um, about Dr. Nick. Um, they had interviewed his family, and they said Abraham was one of 8 kids, and his heartbroken siblings have opened up following his tragic death. They remember him as a person who always wanted to help others. Joseph Abraham told WWL-TV he made a mark on people's lives and helped them to be better people. We're all blinded by it, but we'll all get answers. Jared, who's a friend of Abraham's, described him as not the kind of man that something like this would have happened to. It's all just very sad. Um, it says, I'm absolutely devastated and completely surprised that something like that could have happened to a man who I believe to be so tender and so gentle. Abraham's brother Tommy said, no one should take a life but God. No one. He's the only one that can take a life, and for someone to take someone else's life, you're a coward. Investigators were urging anyone with further information to, of course, come forward. Um, so they believe that Dr. Nick is what he went by, was officially um, taken out on Saturday, but he just wasn't discovered until Sunday. And then again, they weren't able to catch Mr. Prada until late Tuesday night. They said that they did go to, it says they would like to find out what he was doing in the hours leading up to his murder. Police searched Abraham's home but found no sign of struggle. So, again, was he doing a special session with him on a Saturday? Like, what led up to it? Now, I don't want to talk ill of the deceased, but we already know that. Mm, how can I say this politically correct? Dr. Nick was accused of SA to a minor. I don't know if they were had some kind of relationship. I don't know what would make him see this young man on a Saturday. I I, I, I think the world wants to know. Yeah, I don't know. Dr. Nick was a licensed professional counselor, a life coach, and he was referred to as Dr. Nick. According to his website, Abraham held a PhD and described himself as a motivational speaker, a recording artist, which I need to find. I really want to try and find that, but that's neither here nor there. An author, a teacher, and a trailblazer. His expertise included treating substance abuse, anxiety, and depression with a particular focus on LGBTQI plus, which makes me raise an eyebrow. I'm sorry, I have to be. Y'all know I don't sugarcoat nothing around here. It's just all a little. I just am interested to find out more of of what's going to come out. Why, what made them see each other on Saturday, what led up to it. I'm pretty sure that at some point we will find out exactly what happened. Again, it's all a very unfortunate situation. There, to me, in my opinion, this is, honey, look at the title. Look at the title. It says Just Sarah. So I can only give you Sarah's opinion. And Sarah's opinion is on social media. I think there's all of us at some point have viewed a video, have viewed someone, have followed someone, have subscribed to someone, have whatever to someone that we saw that they were having some kind of mental health crisis. And it's unfortunate that we have all these avenues where people can come on and talk and show their lives and, you know, be vocal and do all these stories and so on and so forth. Yet we don't have people or a community that also helps those same people. That also, maybe if I saw that Mr. Prada was declining in his mental health, that there was somebody that I could reach out to that was social media related to say, hey, take a look at Mr. Prada's TikTok page. He's shaved all his hair off. He's talking about how life is hell and that he doesn't want to be here. I think he's having a mental health crisis. I think that with the change in society, the change in social media, the change in the internet, there also has to be change in the way that we deal with mental health. We also have to have change in the way that people can reach out to you in regards to mental health. God damn it, Lex. Hmm. Um. Are there any questions, comments? I'm about to look, sis. Are there any questions, comments, anything in regards to this? Like I said, I told you guys that I would come back and do an update. I tried to come back the very next day because now I feel like it's almost too late. No, it's never too late. It's never too late to just come on um, and just give your give the update. Again, I just think it's just tragic. I don't even really know. I think that all of us have seen certain things that definitely could have gone a whole different way. A whole different situation could have happened um, with things that we've seen on the internet. I continue to pray for Mr. Prada, for his family, for Dr. Nick, for his family. It's just a sad, sad situation. Hey, birthday May Jax. Oh, birthday May, you've been misbehaving, girl. Um, I don't, I definitely have feelings um, about this whole situation. It's just sometimes trying to express exactly how you feel about a situation could just become like, oh, you don't know this person, you don't know that person, you don't, and I don't want to come off that way. So I'm just bringing y'all the facts of what it is and what it ain't. Like I said, when I found out that the information they were putting out there was incorrect, I told y'all that I would come back and clear it up, and that's what I did. I'm looking forward to find out more information about what happened that Friday, Saturday, whenever the altercation happened. What happened? Hey, Daniel was here for the first 2 or 3 times I tried to do this update, and I don't know when the hell my sound kept going out, but I was like, Daniel probably think I'm crazy. But yeah, any questions, any comments? Do you guys want to have a discussion about it? Anybody want to come up and give their opinion about it? Anything. Otherwise, if not, we can get out of here. I just, again, wanted to make sure that I came and told you guys that he was definitely caught late on Tuesday. As of Wednesday, he was being held without bond. Then they changed his what his warrant was for to second degree homicide. And the story just continues to unfold. The story just continues to unfold. When I tell y'all, if y'all not following TikTok or y'all not on TikTok, I don't know what the hell y'all doing. Because to me, there be so much stuff going. I mean, well, there's so much stuff going on all social media, I guess. But baby, they cuckoo than we are. I think over here on this side sometimes. Um, if you haven't, make sure and go back to my. If you have already seen the beginning of this, which is TikToker Mr. Prada on the run, I appreciate you guys watching that. But there's a video right before that. Who's the asshole TikTok edition? Child, if you haven't watched that video, go on and watch that crazy girl. When I say crazy girl, that girl is cuckoo for cocoa puffs. See, that's exactly where I was trying to say earlier. When we see things that people are going through some kind of mental health crisis, who do we call and say, hey, there should be some kind of social media mental health assistance if we're letting all these people run free on social media? There has to be some kind of something that just we can go and get some kind of help or report them, because if y'all were there and read that story or listened to that story with that girl, she was at the wedding crying, and the bride had to console her child. It was just, honey, it was so much going on in that story. So again, if you haven't seen that one, go back and watch it, please. Give it a like, clicking a view. I greatly appreciate it. Leave me a comment if you so choose. But that's it for this story for right now. If again, I hope they get Prada help, and not, and that's my whole thing. I think I mentioned that in the first video, Peach, is that we take them and we put them in jail, but then there's no mental health once they get in jail. Why can't we nip it in the bud when we see them needing mental health assistance on social media? Like if we could catch it there, we wouldn't be where we are with Mr. Prada. If in April, now mind you, we are in October. That was 6 months ago. If we would have caught this, someone would have caught this 6 months ago when he was shaving off his head and doing all the crazy stuff that he was doing, we might not be here today. And Dr. Nick might still be amongst the living. But unfortunately, they don't do it. We don't do it. They don't do it. I don't know. It's scary. And then when they do crash and burn and something happens, we just throw them in jail. And then what happens to them in jail? I feel like, and this is again my personal opinion, I feel like they go to jail. They're having mental health issues in jail. And that's how the fights break out, the homicides in jail break out. Like everything that happens like that in jail is because they're not giving them the oh Tracy. Hey babe. Hey Shady Blue. But that's because I feel like they're not giving them the mental health that they need in prison either. It's just really scary. It's really, really scary. Um and again, we've all seen it. You know where we come from, child. We come from the crazy of the crazies. And I really think that if some people videos were being reported, and I don't want to use the word reported because that kind of sounds negative, like it's a bad thing. But if it was reported that people were having mental health crisis online, help could be given. And maybe I'm just thinking too much outside the box, but as times change, as social media changes, as the internet changes, mental health treatment has to change. You have to meet people where they are. I really don't think that wasn't the right therapist. Hell no, it wasn't the right therapist for him. Obviously not. Yeah, 6 months. So I showed a video of him from 6 months ago where he shaved all his hair off. And I mean, shaved it off and left patches. Like he was looking wild, shady blue. Like he said that life was hell and that he didn't want to be here anymore. Like that, those are pure indications that something is going on. And why is there not? We can report channels for nudity, we can report channels for hate speech, we can report channels for just about anything, but why can't we report channels for mental health crisis? Am I crazy? What do you guys think? Do you think that that's something that we should be able to do? Report people for mental health crisis. And I'm not talking about, how people are getting people swatted or stupid shit like that. Like for real mental health crisis where a therapist in their area will review their videos and see what's going on and make a educated decision that hey, this person is really in a mental health crisis. I don't know, Peach, where his family was. So it looked like, by the views of his home, it looked like, eh, to me, it looked like a family home. It didn't look like a young 20-year old's home, if that makes sense. It didn't look like, it looked like there should be family there. But when I did a search for his family, or tried to find information on his family, nothing pops up. I can't find shit on his family. You're right. It was obvious he needed help. He even started stating he was bipolar. Yes, yep. I said that earlier, Shady Blue, that he came on video right after he cut all his hair. He came on video and said, and I am in fact bipolar. I have been trying to hide it, but it's out. Again, that was back in April, 6 months ago. 6 months ago. And I don't know how long this Dr. Nick has been his therapist. Maybe he's just been his therapist for a month. And so he just couldn't, he wasn't getting the proper health care or mental health care that he needed all along. We don't know. I can't find a lot of like back history. I've looked, and I'm sure more will come out once as the story continues to progress. It hasn't even been a week yet. Peach Cobbler, a lot of people think I'm crazy because I've never been on any social media platforms, but I only stay away from them because I have to take care of myself first. It's scary the things you see online. Child, you are on social media typing that damn message. But no, I know that Peach is not on no, honey. She don't do no TikTok, no Instagram, no Facebook, no nothing. So if you out there trying to find Peach Cobbler, good luck, cause you ain't gonna find her. If she gets anything from any of those outlets, it's because somebody done sent it to her. I'm glad he wasn't the therapist. Yeah, correct. I did come up and clear that up. That was one of the very first things that I said, Shady Blue, because they were insinuating or people were speculating that they were the same, one and the same. And so I made sure to clear that up. One of the first things that I said, because I don't want to give bad information. You know, I don't want to be the giving false information. And I made it very clear that it was speculation, but that it was false speculation. I would love to keep bringing you guys TikTok stories. I don't know how many. Well, it sounds like Shady Blue follow TikTok like I follow TikTok. Actually, I think are we TikTok friends? We might be. But you guys can find me. Well, I recently changed my TikTok name, and I can't think of what it is. It's just Sarah, but how it's just Sarah, child? Don't get me to line. Don't get me to line. But you're also welcome to follow me, of course, at War10 Creates on TikTok. Um, and I will follow you all back. Honestly, I just follow people back. If you friend me, I friend you. So I don't be knowing who the hell is from where, unless your name is exactly the same. I'm not on TikTok. I heard through Twitter. Oh, okay. And then so you're saying, so Shady Blue says, I'm not on TikTok. I heard through Twitter on the gay side. So I don't know if you were here that when I mentioned that this Mr. Nick specialized in LGBT um, therapy as well. When mm, I'm almost wondering if see, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna speak on the ill on the deceased. But so Mr. Prada seems like he was LGBT, but I don't know. At one point, all his videos were about him in relationships with a girl, but then I see they then became mixed with relationships with a guy. So I don't even know. That man been all on TV and everything. Yeah, so I read that this Dr. Nick has books and videos, and they say he's a recording artist. Child, let me see. If I type, let's see if we can find Dr. Nick Abraham, um, the artist. What I want to know what kind of film, like when they call him an artist. What are you? Oh wait, hold on, Doctor. Okay, he got a YouTube channel. Oh, so he has a YouTube channel with. I thought my subscriber count was bad. Child, he got a YouTube channel with 52 subscribers and 149 videos. And his description says, "Building a better you." W. Nicholas Abraham, and then it gives all his, letters, or Dr. Nick, is a life coach, licensed professional counselor, motivational speaker, recording artist, author, teacher, and trailblazer. With more than 30 years' experience in treating substance abuse, depression, and anxiety, he provides counseling, psychotherapy, guidance, and psychoeducation to couples, individuals, adolescents, and families in the Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. He offers group counseling and presentations. He treats a wide range of clients, including those suffering from PTSD, depression, relational conflicts. He also works with helping the LGBTQ population work through identity issues, acceptance, and family struggles. Dr. Nick joins Weekends with Whitney weekly at 6:30 a.m. Central Time on Child. So he does have a YouTube channel. So it's at youtube.com at Nikki, Nicky Abraham, if you want to check that out. But recording artists, I don't see no. I'm trying to see if I see like some kind of singing or oh, little Nicky sings. He's got I don't know. Since he's got the whole world in his hand, but it says little Nicky. It looks like a old ass video. I don't want to play nobody else's. Well, I guess he can't flag me, can he? That didn't sound right. Hey, the bushes, my baby. Let me scroll back up, make sure I'm caught up. But didn't he say the therapist already has some sort of charge on him? Yeah, and I clear. That's what I was saying that I cleared up. So they were saying back in 2015, Dr. Nick was accused of molesting an 11-year-old, I believe, but the charges were dismissed because they couldn't find any supporting evidence, and it would they people were relating it back to Dr. or Mr. Prada because that same year, Mr. Prada would have been that same age, and he was molested that same year. So they were wondering if that was their relationship, but it was not. It was founded to be someone else. Yeah, he was wearing makeup, but again, Shady Blue, the makeup came later on. I didn't see makeup in the beginning of his TikTok career. That was more so towards the end. But then they say, oh, I read that. Um, yeah, and it was one of his clients, correct, Shady Blue. So child, I don't even know what else to tell y'all. But he has, if you want to check out Dr. Nick, he has 100 and what I say, 149 videos over here on the old TikToker. I mean, on the old YouTube. So I don't know who this one, Dr. Nick, on the five love languages. I wonder if this was his wife or fiance or something. I don't know. Don't get me to lying about Dr. Nick. I don't know. Became a person of interest because yeah, so he correct, Shady Blue. He was on video. Um well, so yes, so he was on video driving Dr. Nick's car. Then he led the police on a high speed chase with Dr. Nick's car, crashed the car, fled on foot, but they had video of him in the car, driving the car after his body was found. So that's how he became a person of interest. Because again, during the beginning, when he was wanted, he was not wanted for homicide. He was wanted for um, possession of a stolen vehicle or something like that, fleeing the police. Like there was no mention at first of him being wanted for homicide. It was purely because of that car. Why the hell he took the car? That was stupid. Mental health. That's why. Well, you're not in a. First of all, when you're not in a clear mind and you actually do something like that, why would you be in the right head to think I shouldn't take their car? You get what I'm saying? It's oh, it just makes me so sad. And like I said, if we have opened these doors for people to come on and express themselves and show their lives and be vulnerable online, why can't we report them for possible mental health to be examined by some professional in their city? Why? Is it going to continue to take things like this before that becomes before that becomes a thing? And I understand that as times change and social media changes, it's all a growing process, and we don't know what we need to do to support the growing process of social media. But I definitely think you guys will be surprised how many social media quote unquote influencers have committed the same crime. There's quite a few that have been either wanted for homicide or have committed homicide or something like that. And if y'all want to go down that rabbit hole, y'all know I'm a rabbit hole digger. I will go right down that damn rabbit hole and find them for you. Okay. I think I have touched on everything surrounding this case. I'm going to continue to keep my eyes out for the articles because I really want to know what led up to that Saturday before this happened. I really want to know, like everybody else wants to know, about Mr. Prada's family. How long has Dr. Nick been his therapist? What made them meet on a Saturday? What? And I have a good feeling that Mr. Prada's gonna tell it. He's gonna tell it. He crazy, but he ain't that crazy. He gonna tell it. If you guys haven't already, please do me a favor and make sure you guys hit that like button. Share if you care. I know somebody shared because I had Tracy in the building. Good God, Tracy. But um, but just please make sure to hit the like button, share if you care. I greatly appreciate it. If you're part of the replay gang, drop me a pink heart in the comments and just let me know that you stopped by and listen to the video. I'm going to leave it here for now. If we get more information, if I find out more things, y'all know. You shared it. Thank you, Shady Blue. Y'all know I'm going to come on here and tell y'all about it. I mean, how could I not? There's been some other things going on. I told y'all just let me know how. If y'all want the TikTok stories, I will bring you TikTok stories. Because there's a story, and then we're gonna get off here. I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about this. But there's a story about how somebody became the fiance, the husband, and the ex-husband all in the same day. Child, that's a juicy story right there. The fiance, the husband, and the ex-husband all in the 24 hours, baby. It's messy too. Y'all, if y'all want, I'll come back and tell y'all all about it. All right. I love you, dirty motherfuckers to pieces. Y'all are my assholes, and I greatly appreciate y'all. And I'll be back next time with more Am I the Asshole videos, TikTok videos, whatever y'all want. I got y'all covered. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed rest of your Saturday, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye. Thank you, Shady Blue, Peach Cobbler, The Bushes, Tracy, Pieces, and who else dropped down? I think that's it. I think. And oh, Daniel, I can't forget my Daniel. He's always here. And to my sis Lex, who I would child, we got to figure that out. But all right, y'all have a blessed day. Bye.